I recently got COVID and I felt terrible, and usually when I'm sick and feel bad, I become a big baby. And I was a very big baby with COVID. I was laying in bed in the fetal position clutching my water bottle. I desperately needed some comfort. Luckily for me, the Lego Skywalker Saga just released, so when I wasn't sleeping, that's what I was playing. I was only awake for like 2 hours at a time, so I was taking the game in bite-sized pieces, which worked out pretty well since a single episode takes like an hour. So I would wake up, eat, and then play Phantom Menace, and then wake up, eat, and play Attack of the Clones, etc. As a result of this way of playing, I barely remember even half of what I played. You might be asking, Uncle Brian, can you really review a game you barely remember? Yes, the following video is my best attempt at that. Well, maybe not my best attempt, but an A for effort attempt. Okay, here we go. I was expecting the game to be dumb baby stuff where I can turn off my brain, and yeah, the game is that, but I was kind of impressed by the combat and how much stuff there is in here. Anytime a game has space dogfighting, that's a big win in my book. But the combat I was expecting to just be mashing square or X, but the enemies will block you, so you have to switch it up with jumping or a special attack, and that can turn the attack into this sweet combo. You could spend some time to get really good and do some cool stuff with this combat system. I'm not gonna do that, but if you do, I will respect you and the diaper you have on. There was a clear effort to make the combat system more engaging here, and I really appreciate it. This meant that the movie lightsaber duels were much more fun than they would have been if it was just mashing square. The highlight of the game for me though was the dogfighting. How does a Lego game have actual good space battles? You have to do barrel rolls to dodge missiles, and the turning and shooting, it all felt pretty good. It's a big upgrade from the on-rail stuff in the old Lego games. Then those characters with ranged weapons, they shoot guns like an FPS, and headshots can one-shot or two-shot kill. It felt pretty inaccurate with a controller, but felt far more accurate with a mouse, which sounds about right. Using a controller in an FPS is like squeezing the sausage with your left instead of your right. It just feels wrong and you don't do it as well. My biggest complaint with story in the game is that they were really trying to avoid showing you characters dying. Come on, Disney. What happened to the Bambi days and the Lion King when your general attitude towards the feelings of children was fuck them kids? The kids will be fine seeing some Lego characters die. Just turn their eyes into an X. I mean, when I was a kid, I spent a good amount of time watching Live League, and I turned out great. So great. Here's my tier list of the Star Wars episodes. Phantom Menace, B tier, purely because the sequel trilogy is in this game. Otherwise, it would be C. The pod racing, Anakin space fighting, Darth Maul duel, and even the Gungan battle was fun. But up to those parts, it was just tightrope balancing between kinda alright and boring. Attack of the Clones, C tier. The redeeming parts were the Coruscant chasing around, the space fight with Jango Fett, Geonosis Arena, and the battle with Count Dooku. But the other parts were boring, and there is a lot of like walk slowly with a character up to the next part, which sucks the big balls. Also, the droid factory part was FPS dropping like crazy. Revenge of the Sith, B tier. General Grievous duel, Count Dooku duel, and Anakin vs Obi-Wan duel. That's why it's B. Lots of duels, lots of fun, but they should have had a space battle right in the beginning. But no, instead it's just right into the General Grievous ship. I don't like that. I want my Revenge of the Sith space battle. Don't dangle that carrot in front of me and then not give it to me, you assholes. The original trilogy, S tier, all of it is just fun, because I love the movies so much, and even then I felt they kept the most engaging gameplay with the duels, the puzzles, and just what you were doing and where you were going. Like running around on Hoth was very fun to me. The original trilogy was just the most fun, and Darth Vader is cool even in Lego form. The Force Awakens, B. Lightsaber duel, space battle, and just decent scenery. It was pretty good.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Okay, how about this place? Or this one even? Yeah, I think this place is perfect for you. The Last Jedi. Trash. It was boring and sucked doggy wieners. The redeeming part was the lightsaber duel, and when Rey was in the mirror dimension, the characters move when you move, and that was a really good puzzle. Other than that, trash. The Rise of Skywalker. C. Just because of the lightsaber duels. Other than that, trash. I haven't even watched the actual movie, and I'm not going to. I'm also not going to give more arguments for my dislike of these two episodes. They just suck. Why is Palpatine back? How could you think that was a good idea? It's also open world, so you can explore the Lego version of your favorite Star Wars places. It also looks nice. It's got that sleek Star Wars fancy graphics, like Jedi Fallen Order had. Expect a review on that game in May. You can also spend a good amount of time collecting stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm a big baby, but I'm not that big of a baby. Would I recommend the game? If you are a child or a child in an adult's body, then yes. Otherwise, probably no. I just played it because I was sick and needed comfort, and it did bring me comfort in my time of need. But I'm not sick anymore, so I don't want to play it anymore. If you loved the old Lego Star Wars games, you will probably enjoy this for a while. But it's a simple game that's probably not gonna keep you engaged for long. It's a high quality kids game. I give the game 2 Pfizer vaccines out of the 3rd I should have taken. I got all of the symptoms and the extra help would have been good. Okay, time to review an actual video game. Call me Uncle Brian and have a kid-friendly day.